Hello, Entertainment Daily lovers. Welcome back. So join me. Let's get right into this hot gist that is actually breaking. Actually, this is not a funny one because we're going to be talking about marriage, and we know that a lot of drama, a lot of drama is always surrounding marriages and things like that. But the thing is, with celebrities, we get to hear about their marriages, if it works well or if it's not working very well, if it's shaky. That's the difference between public figures, celebrities, and non-celebrities, okay? But we all know that with marriages, you can hear stories from people that are not even public figures, and you're like, whoa, okay, so this is going on, right? So now, Stella damasus is always in the lips of people when it comes to, Nollywood actresses that have been married several times and things like that. Stella damasus' first marriage, her husband died, okay? She lost her husband. That's the father of her daughters, all right? And that was not something that she could control. Life happens, okay? Then Stella damasus went on to get married again and again, if I'm not mistaken. I think she's been married twice or three times, okay? But anyways, that's not the bone of contention. The thing is, Stella damasus did an interview recently, and on that interview, Stella damasus was actually heard saying that this marriage with Daniel ademinkhan, okay, I'm looking down because Daniel responded back to Stella, so I have all of that opened here. So Stella was heard on that interview saying that she found out just like that she was getting a divorce, that he didn't say anything. One day he just woke up and he moved out of their home, okay, moved out of the matrimonial home, said he was moving to another city, and then the next thing he was married. Then he had other children and things like that. So that was like something that came with a lot of shock for a lot of people that were not necessarily expecting that. So when Daniel saw that, Daniel decided to come out and also speak his own 2 cents by not keeping quiet, okay? So when that happened, Daniel was like, I've kept you quiet all this while. Let me pull this up, okay? Have the little ones here that they're just coming in, they're going to be distracting me, but let's do this gist. So Daniel, okay, which is known as the bishop online, took to his social media, and this is what he said. He said, I usually don't dignify nonsense with a response, but when silence gets mistaken for ignorance or guilt, it's only fair to offer a quick 5-minute reality check. Today is your lucky day. So that's the first thing that he said. I'm going to just be showing you the screen, where I'm going to be reading from. So let's go to the next one. He said, dear Queen Mother, 5 years since the separation, 3 since the divorce, still you just can't let go. I have said nothing. I have seen nothing. I have done nothing since 2020, but somehow I'm still living rent free in your narrative. Let me be clear. Silence is not guilt. Distance is not weakness, but lies. It's not weakness, but lies. And then he added question mark and said, especially ones I have receipts for. That's a different story. So he's alleging that Stella damasus is lying, and he's going to be debunking all of her lies. And he continued, he said, I have watched you twist fact with confidence, assuming no one's paying attention. But now that you have mistaken grace for guilt, I will ask you to choose your next storyline wisely, because I came with footnotes. Daniel ademinkhan ain't playing. He ain't playing. He's ready for Stella damasus. Stella, I hope you also have your receipts. Okay, so let's move on to the next. Okay, let me see. What else? He said, Queen Mother, let's not rewrite history just because the internet has a short attention span. You claim in that little interview with your echo chambers that you found out about the divorce on YouTube. Lies. You claim I signed and sent you the divorce papers that you were not aware of. Another lie. Quick reality check. Who filed for divorce? You do realize that's public record, right? But don't worry, I will post the receipts. A little reminder, just in case selective memory is setting in. You are shady. Actor versus actor. Moku see who go play pass, but this ain't funny, okay? Nobody should be lying on anybody, and I just hope that both of them are telling their truth. But anyway, let's see who comes with more receipts, okay? All right. So he posted a receipt, okay? Something here, it says very, very urgent. It's an email, and the email says on Thursday, July 29th, 2021 at 4 minutes past 9 p.m. Stella damasus with her email address showing here. And it says, hello, Daniel. I hope this email meets you well. I am writing to you today because I have decided to move forward with the divorce process. Based on the recent events, it is evident that there is no hope that this marriage will work anymore. In September 2020, when you decided to leave our home, separate our family, and then called me to say that you were not coming back, it became clear that our marriage was over. As mature adults, I believe the next step would be to have a civil and painless divorce process and go our separate ways so that we both can move on without dragging our families into it. So I kindly request, okay, so this is from Stella. I kindly request that you send me a physical address for the papers to be delivered directly to you. If you are not comfortable sending me your address, you can send it to my lawyer, Barrister Ernest Azedoin, and she dropped the email of her lawyer and said, thank you. I await your positive response, Stella Damasus. Then a follow-up email says, hello, Daniel. I am not sure if you received my previous email, including in the thread below. So I have decided to send a follow-up email. As stated in the previous email, I have decided to move forward with the divorce process or for reasons stated in the said email. I kindly request that you send me a physical address for the papers to be delivered directly to you. If you are not comfortable sending me your address, you can send it to my lawyer, Barrister Ernest. Thank you for I with your positive response, Stella Dama. So, and then he continued after posting that receipt. Then Daniel Ademinkhan didn't stop them. He continued and he says, yes, I moved out, not out of drama, but out of self preservative for my sanity, for self preservative for my sanity and for my son's safety. I won't unpack the full extent of what he endured, but let's just say when a child needs makeup to hide a scar before school, the damage runs deeper than the skin. He's alive, he remembers, and so do I. He didn't stop there. The bishop continued and said, you screamed at me boldly. I don't want to be here, but I have to be here. I beg, what's left for a man to do when his own home starts sounding like a hostage situation? You knew I was leaving. You knew I wasn't coming back. I packed my bags. He said, I packed my son's. Sorry, I'm being distracted by. He said, you knew I wasn't coming back. I packed my son, my peace, and my entire life and walked out the front door in broad daylight. In broad daylight, he said. Okay, in broad daylight. You watched me leave that Sunday morning. Wale and Linda are still alive and well in Dallas. We all had this conversation. You know what you did. And more importantly, you know the truth. So not just that Ademinikhan is saying that this is what, but he is actually with boldness posting all of this. But these days we know that things can be manipulated. But anyways, let me read the last part first. He said, let me say this clearly. Na the beginning of the fight, person they know. Nobody they know how e go take end. Let me be. I just want to be left alone in peace. I choose a more private life now, so don't drag me into your soap opera. You have had your 5 minutes of me, over and out, Daniel. So let me know what you think. Who do you believe, Stella damasus or Daniel ademinkhan? Let me know in the comment section. What are your thoughts? But wahala, they send it the finish. When it comes to marriage, we no fish out. There is the man's story, the woman's story. Somewhere in between is the truth. Whatever you think the truth is in this case, let us know. I'll see you all on the next.